Okay, let's talk now about the narcissist. Why do narcissists cheat on their spouses? Why do they commit adultery? Why do they have extramarital affairs and liaisons? The answer is not as simple as it sounds. As opposed to, let's say, typical people, normal people, healthy people, who are presented with opportunities to cheat and succumb to temptation. It's a normal process. With narcissists, as usual, the picture is much more complex. Some narcissists cheat or triangulate because they're simply looking for narcissistic supply. The somatic narcissist, for example, he resorts to serial sexual conquest because this is his narcissistic supply. Second reason is that exactly like psychopaths, narcissists are easily bored. They have a low boredom threshold. They're novelty seekers. They need new things all the time. And they have a low tolerance for boredom. Sexual dalliances kind of alleviate this nagging and frustrating ennui. The quest for novelty, for diversions and thrills, a kind of having a vacation from one's own life, is combined with a journey of self-exploration and discovery that involves filling in the gaps, self-actualization, self-realization and fulfillment in the narcissist biography. The narcissist has a kind of missed childhood and delayed or arrested adolescence. So they tend to recycle old flames and so on and so forth in order to discover new aspects of their personality. To cut a long story short, cheating in the narcissist case is often an attempt at separation, individuation from the primary partner. Number three, narcissists maintain an island of stability and a focus of stability in their lives. But all the other dimensions of their existence are chaotic, unstable, and unpredictable. So this is what I call the twister formation. And it serves many emotional needs, and I discuss all this in other videos. And so a narcissist, for example, may be a model employee. He may climb through the corporate ladder and after 40 years become the chief executive officer of a company, stable in the same company. That's his island of stability, the pursuit of a career path over decades. But at the same time, he would cheat on his wife like 100 times. And he would fritter their savings away. And he would have dalliances and liaisons and affairs and just one-night stands and so on. Almost like a sex addict. So the narcissist is an island of stability surrounded by a roiling ocean of instability. It could be the reverse, of course. There are many narcissists who are actually faithful to a fault, faithful even in the face of abuse, extreme abuse, faithful even in the face of sex denial and sex withholding by a partner. And so this is their island of stability. The fourth reason narcissists cheat and triangulate is that they feel superior, important, unique, and therefore they're entitled. They're entitled to special treatment, but they're also entitled to be above the law, above social conventions. They have a right to engage in behaviors that are frowned upon by society and considered socially unacceptable to others. Others are lower level humans. The narcissist is superhuman and he has the right to behave in any way he wishes. Narcissists reject and vehemently resent all limitations and conditions placed upon them by their partners. You will not tell me what to do. I'm a free man or woman. I will do whatever I want. Narcissists act on their impulses and on their desires, unencumbered by social conventions and strictures. In Freudian terms, we would say that narcissists and psychopaths are 100% id, 0% ego, no superego. The fifth reason for cheating by narcissists and triangulation by narcissists, the fifth reason is a bit more complex and a bit deeper. It has to do with social trends, social dynamics, and social structures. Marriage, monogamy, and childbearing and rearing are common activities. They characterize the average person Everyone and his dog gets married and have children sometimes. So this is like a common act. The narcissist feels robbed of his uniqueness by these pursuits. He feels that he's coerced into a relationship. He feels that by having by being loyal or by being faithful, is actually succumbing, is giving up his rights. He feels that he is being reduced to the lowest common denominator. He's becoming just an average Joe, when actually he's godlike. So husband, father, loyal partner, that's for other people. That's for the hoi polloi. That's for the great unwashed. That's for the common sheep or sheeple. The narcissist is above all that. He should never be subjected to these demands. They reduce him. They minimize him. These requirements, these social conventions. It's not okay. This is narcissistic injury. To tell the narcissist you shouldn't cheat, it's not okay. No one does this, is narcissistic injury. Because no one does this. No one, because they're average, they're stupid, they're common. The narcissist is almost perfect. So it leads him to rebel and reassert his superiority and specialness by maintaining extramarital affairs or by having extradyadic sex. The sixth reason is that narcissists are control freaks. Having a relationship implies a give and take. It involves negotiation. It involves compromise and honest communication, a train of compromises, which the narcissist acutely interprets to mean a loss of control over his life. When you compromise with someone, when you negotiate with someone, when you're forced to listen to someone, you're giving up control to some extent. You're kind of at the mercy of your interlocutor or partner. Narcissists would have none of this. To reassert control, the narcissist initiates other relationships, other encounters, sexual and emotional, in which he dictates the terms of engagement. Love affairs, one-night stands, whichever the case may be, it's a sense of liberation. It's a sense of self-control. I'm doing exactly what I want. No one will ever tell me what to do. And finally, narcissists, of course, are terrified of intimacy. They have an insecure attachment style. Their behavior is best characterized by what Freud called approach, avoidance, repetition, compulsion, diathesis in Adlerian terms. Adultery is an excellent tool in the attempt to retard intimacy, to inhibit intimacy, to destroy intimacy. When you cheat, when you triangulate, it's very difficult to rebuild and reconstruct the ruined intimacy. And so, as far as the narcissist is concerned, cheating, adultery, triangulation are less threatening modes of interaction. They are fuzzy, they're open-ended. There's always an exit or an exit strategy. He can always run away. And narcissism is about running away from your internal reality and running away from any external reality that reminds you of your internal reality. Narcissists typically claim that they have cheated in order to put the spark back into the relationship with the spouse or the primary intimate partner. They say, I did this to put some spice into the relationship, to reignite it somehow. Of course, they leave it unclear. They don't clarify how an act of betrayal and faithlessness can rekindle the embers of a relationship founded initially on trust and sexual and emotional exclusivity. This is left conveniently unsaid. In the wake of an affair, the narcissist possesses the perfect alibi. If he does try to revive his sex life with his spouse and he fails, he can proudly claim, I left no stone unturned. I even went as far as cheating on my partner, all in order to resurrect our bond. And if he doesn't try to reanimate his sex life with his spouse, he turns it around and he says, this is proof that the relationship was doomed and dead to start with. And what I did was therefore not cheating. I was actually forced to seek sexual and emotional alternatives by the dead weight of this relationship.